Topic number 2 and 3. The whole point of this is that the facts don't matter. What do I mean by the facts? If you've been watching the news for the last 10 years, it always seems it always appears that we're steps away from martial law. Oh, look, it's the swine flu vaccine. They're going to give everybody the chip this year. I remember when I personally, was scared, where I guess it was about 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, national ID, and it's going to have a chip in it, and everybody's going to get that, and that's the mark, and you're going to have to take it. Or it goes for anything. Like look at G20 Pittsburgh, or look at the G20 that's coming up now, and the NATO summit and all these things. So they're gonna, and even in London, citizens are having missile batteries put on top of their houses. So they're gonna come. The government's gonna come where you live and tell you, you know what, all your rights are suspended for this little conference we got going on. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it. All right, don't go outside. Don't do this. It's martial law. No free speech zones. If you want to protest, guess what? Do it 3 miles away with no cameras. Enjoy that and get your license plate numbers taken down and basically face cams from long scan cameras so we know who you are and come register yourself by being a dumbass and protesting. Okay? That's what they're telling you. What do these things mean? Well, obviously, if you're late to the boat, you should look up the work of the Informer and Robert Montgomery and listen to Visigoth and other people. What you know is that obviously you don't have no rights. You don't have no rights. And the facts don't matter. Why is that? Because it always looks like the sky's falling, because that's the purpose of the media. Go ahead. Don't pay attention to what I say. Never watch none of my videos again. And in a month's time, 1 week it's gay rights. Next week it's race relations. Next week it's the war on terror. The week after that is international issues and wars. Then it's starvation. Then it's unemployment. Then they run it in a cycle. Okay, so if you take those headlines that I just named to you and look at the news in the last month, that's all they've done. It circles over and over again. Don't you remember on Alex Jones' show or whoever your favorite guy's show was? 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago, it was war with Iran for sure. All the sources were saying that they're going to move, they're going to strike Iran now. Okay? Then 3 weeks later, when you've forgotten about that, the next source is, oh, they're gonna hit this city, Texas City, Texas, Missouri, Chicago, Silverstein, the Zionist Jew who's a puppet master supposedly owns this building, and they're gonna hit it. And unofficial sources, and I hear this and I hear that. How many years have you been hearing that? And I listen to Al Cuppet. I've been there. Prophecy Club, Jack Van Impe, whoever you name. Okay? Yeah, we've got footage of UN troops, German troops are in Missouri, and they've got their tanks, and I've seen shackle cars. I've seen the fenced in FEMA camps, and look, they've got an advertisement in the paper for more troops to man the camps. And it says they're going to get overtime, so it looks like they're gearing up for something. Oh, look, there's a giant deployment of the troops sending them to somewhere, etc., etc., etc. And what happens? Time goes on, money's still being made, people still getting laid, they're still getting drunk, they're still getting high, they're still watching sports, still watching American Idol. Okay? Through all that. So what does that mean? I mean, don't you get what I'm saying? There have been church groups who, in the last few years, have, said, oh, the sky's going to fall, Jesus is going to come back on such and such a day. And it's been publicized in the news. I'm not talking about Heaven's Gate's cult with Applegate and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general. and it's publicized and people buy into it. Why? Because they like to be beguiled, as one of my favorite people says. Not only that, it's big money. Telling fear. Why you think they got horror movies? So your alternative media ain't nothing but horror radio. Because at the end of the day, what are they doing? They're getting your endorphins up, trying to scare you and sell you products, making money. Plenty of money. Big nice houses getting fatter every day on their TV cam or on their radio, and all they do is cry about money, how they need your money to keep this going. Keep what going? To keep what going? Yeah, InfoWars shit is all up on Judge and etc. and Ron Paul. We're getting the truth out. Blah 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 blah. Well, guess what? The truth about the JFK assassination has been coming out for going on 50 years next year. And what's that led to? Redacted and sealed documents. No successful prosecutions. New leads all over the place. It was a turtle with a rifle mounted in his fake shell on the steps of the obelisk, which is in that plaza, by the way. If you haven't seen Bill Cooper's The Sacrifice King, you need to check that out, because that's a Masonic structure, that whole area where he was shot at. But I digress. That's the point. So that was topic number 2. Okay. Topic number 3, what are you going to do about it? Well, let's be honest. Okay. And before people say I'm an Uncle Tom or I'm scared of the monster or of the beast or whatever, let's be quite logical. Unless God protects you in the future, you can't beat what the fuck they got. What do I mean by that? Oh, I'm an ex-military vet. I'm a so-and-so. I'm a gangster from the streets. I got pistols. I got this, that. They can come get it. Do you not know? Do you want me to run some Google stuff that you can just search right now and find out that they got, that they telling you, which means that it's declassified, which means that it's probably between 30 to 60 years old at least? Okay? Google homoerotic bomb. Google robotic insects. Okay? The real technology that they got, it wouldn't matter if you and 50,000 sovereign white men tried to storm the Capitol or whatever. Let's say the military was on your side. Like some people trying to claim, oh, there's rogue military elements that are trying to stop them in the French-United States alliance or whoever, whatever. Okay, let's say that was true. The different technologies that they have, as far as frequency and beam weapons, it's over, folks. Okay? If they can fly over and set off a frequency that'll make everybody in the crowd go to sleep, or if they can, like I said, Google homoerotic bomb, where they drop something that makes all the men in the basically go crazy with, a sexual lust for each other. Or, all this genetic modifications and testing. See, we haven't even got into the real technology of what they got. People like William Lynn, if you've never heard about any of his books, or like the real technology that exists, which you see in the movie, so you subconsciously know it exists. But knowing that, don't you know there's no way to confront this but to try and get out of the way and protect yourself and your loved ones? And if you really love those ones, and if you really loved yourself and knowledge and cherish the knowledge that you have, why don't you use it to take this opportunity to prepare yourself for if you're right? Because, let's face it, if you're a conspiracy head or whatever you want to call yourself, most of the people around you think you're crazy. Because, see, you don't know no better, and you just want companionship and want to relate to people, so you just blab on and on about it, and you put them further and further away because they're asleep. And that's how it is. Let's be honest about it. That's the whole point. What can you do about it is, other than educating yourself, and don't over-educate. Don't, if you should have a job, or you should have something going in your life before you just sit home and read 20 hours a day and watch shit on YouTube. Okay? But once you get past that point, you have to prepare for what you know to be real and what you know to be true. Because the time is coming. This ain't a game.